It is Monday, the 5th of September, and we're here at St Mary's Place, which is one of the busiest streets in Newcastle for buses. And we're here to catch the brand new electric buses on the Q3. But first, here's a quick explanation of what they are and what we're doing today. Go North East is the region's largest operator, operating services around Tyne and Wear, Northumberland and County Durham. And in late 2020, they launched 9 electric buses on the Voltra routes 53 and 54 to replace streetlights. And now in 2022, they have launched a further 9 to take operation on the Q3. Today, we are taking a journey from St Mary's Place down to the quayside and then back up to Haymarket. So let's go. St Mary's Place is just around the corner from Haymarket bus station, which is handily interchanged with Eldon Square bus station. Haymarket provides mainly Ariba services up to the north, and Eldon Square mainly provides Go North East services down south. And as we were waiting, another one passed us, heading the other direction to Great Park. Yeah, hi X-Lines, thanks for, calling me. Ah well. And here is one of Newcastle's oldest buses, ALX 300 with stagecoach. Oh, and a streetlight. And as we wait, we can see the various different bus routes that serve here. Larger routes such as the 308, and local routes such as the 46. And here is a Cobalt and Coast. These routes are some of the busiest in North Tyneside. And here comes our Q3 bus. And one thing I will note about the Q3, it is quite a busy route for traffic, so buses do sometimes get delayed, as did ours by a few minutes. Stepping onto the bus, it looked really nice. Put my ticket on the reader and then had a look around at the seating layout before taking a seat towards the back of the bus. It's quite an interesting seating layout. Sitting down on the bus, I noticed there were phone stands on every seat, which I thought was a nice touch, and potentially a USB, although I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. Now I myself have not been on the Voltra 53 and the 54, so I can't tell you how similar they are, but I've been told that the only difference is the seating layout and that the Q3s are slightly longer. The Q3 route map is handily placed on the walls, showing that it runs between Wallsend and Great Park, with some journeys starting at St Peter's Basin. Also notice the next stop screen, which appears to be frozen. However, it was working on our return journey, thank God. As we picked up a little bit of speed, I noticed how quiet the bus was. Have a listen. Also, nice maquette, and the seats are comfy. I've heard some people don't think they are, but I personally think they're very nice. Also, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but I think it's just something that you can hook things on, which is nice I suppose. At this point, I actually overheard the driver saying that he wasn't entirely sure himself where the route stops sometimes, because of the fact that he's a Riverside driver. Now let's talk about this. Riverside Depot were the runners of this route for a very long period of time. However, around 6 months ago it passed to Percy Main Depot, but they've now handed it back to Riverside because they can't operate electric buses there yet. It's quite a pleasant journey down towards the quayside. It's not the most fastest, but that's to be expected when you're travelling through the city centre I suppose, which is currently gridlocked with traffic. It's actually really bad at the minute. I'll just shove in this clip for a few seconds of how quiet it is and how nice the bus it is, in my opinion. Air conditioning is also provided on the buses at the top, which is really nice. Quite a loud bell, which is nice. Sounds a bit like a doorbell though, doesn't it? We've now reached the quayside and it's time to get off. Here, a quick look at the disabled area, which is very, very roomy. There's also a tap in, tap out thing at the front, which is nice. Apparently, every bus has a different picture at the front here. This one had Gray's Monument. And now we've arrived at the quayside. Let's alight our bus. Thank you. And here our bus departs, with the Tyne Bridge in the background. I didn't really film anything while I was at the quayside because I didn't really do much. I just kind of sat and had food, basically. I then caught the bus back, 5809. And on the return journey, the screen worked. Not entirely sure what this does. I think it just blocks the air freshener, but anyway, there it is. On my first journey, the announcements weren't playing, but they did play on the return. So here's one playing.
Quayside, Guildhall.
And on the return journey, we arrived at Haymarket and here's our bus leaving. I thoroughly enjoyed my journey and I really like these buses. Have a ride for yourself on the Q3.